Let's get the Facebook joint going. Alrighty. What's up, people? My love must be a kind of blind love. Taking y'all back today. I can't see anyone but you. Y'all know nothing about this. I'm gonna see who can get it. Boom, 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 boom. Are the stars out tonight? I don't know if it's cloudy or bright. I only have eyes for you, dear. Do up. The moon may be high, but I can't see a thing in the sky. I only have eyes for you. I don't know if we're in a garden. Yeah. Make sure I'm live. I are of clouded avenue. Do up. You are here, and so am I. May the millions of people go by. Wait, where's my damn live at? All disappear from view. There you go. All right. Woo! And I only have eyes for you. Woo! Yeah, buddy, that's old school there. Look at that! Skull got it! Yes, sir! The Flamingos! Yeah, buddy! That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's an old throwback there, man. I had to go way back in the back, and dig through some. I had to dig through some crates for that one. Dig through some crates for that one. What's going on, people? What it be like? What y'all doing? What y'all doing? Say we watching you, nigga. That's what we doing. I'm glad y'all are here in the place to be. Y'all could have been anywhere else in the world tonight, but you chose to be here with me, and I appreciate that. Yeah, buddy. It's going down on tonight. Yes, indeed. Y'all see what I got up here for the discussion on tonight. Now, let me first and foremost, let me apologize for yesterday, because this is the relationship rehab talk about it Tuesdays, but it's happening on a Wednesday. Now, I had every intention on doing this show on yesterday night. However, your boy fell ill. I had a terrible headache. I wound up going to bed early thinking I could go take a little nap and then wake up and get up and do. Nope, couldn't come back with it at all. And I just had to check out and write the night off. And man, I'm back today. But I did not feel well on yesterday, and I was definitely not my best self. So I said, man, I'm gonna have to just bring it on today. And here I is, bringing it to you on today, guys. So yes, indeed, my apologies for yesterday, but hey, we got another day. You know what I'm saying? Just another day that the Lord has kept me. Just another day that the Lord, I'm gonna take y'all to church, has kept me. He has kept me from all evil, with a mind stayed on him. Just another day that the Lord, everybody, has kept me. Yes, there it is. Look at that old Negro spiritual, boy. I can take y'all to church for a minute just to give a little shout. Hey, oh, y'all gonna make me get up here now. Shut up in my bones like Jeremiah just won't leave me alone. Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. What is going on, people? All right, so let's dive right in. Everybody in the world, the whole world, Craig, the world is talking about Kanye West, Donald Trump, making America great again, which is why I titled tonight's show, Kanye Trump, is he making America great again? Hey, man, that's what we're going to talk about on tonight. We going to see Reverend Guru, Pete the Pirate. I like that. Arr, matey. Reverend. Yes. But first and foremost, let me give some shout outs to everybody who done joined us on this evening or this late night, on tonight. First and foremost, the person who gets the relationship rehab salute goes out to none other than DJ Just J.O.K. First one in the building, my boy, my main man, my dude, off up in here. Y'all be sure to subscribe and check out the Soda You Dig. Y'all be sure to check out DJ Just J on Instagram at DJ Just J.O.K. And Just Dimes ENT. Bam! Did I get it? I hope I did. But yes, my man does a great show on the You Dig. He does his thing on the regular. So y'all make sure y'all check him out. And that's my brother too. So hey, support him. Also, I want to give a shout out to Athena's World being number 2. Yes, indeed. And let's see. Shout out to Random Cam. What's happening? Let's see who else we got off up in here. Theo Harvey. Is it Theo Harv like Brett Favre, or is it Theo Harvey? You let me know. I don't know. Jay Smooth, what's up? Jay Smooth, cause we don't got nothing to prove. Jay Smooth, cause we don't got nothing to prove. You don't know about that, boy. A-Dub, what's happening? What it be like? Aaron Parker. My man Sko Hard. Peace to you, brother. What's happening? Shout out to my man Clive Darby. Hey, Live. Yes, indeed. And to Rochelle, my belle. That's that Slick Rick. What you know about that? What's happening to you? Tyrone Church. Yeah, we just went to church. Reverend Guru did take us to church for a minute with the old Negro spiritual. I'm just saying, I did do that. So church to you, brother. Let's see who else we got here. Twana Davis, what's happening? And Kev 50, man, Kev, where you been, baby? What's happening, player? How you doing, man? Good to see my boy Kev 504 all the way from Nolans checking in. You heard me? I hear you, baby. Let's see. Shout out to Cash McKinney. What's happening? My man Frantonio Michaels. My man Frantonio. Forget about it. Forget about it, Frantonio. Let's see who else we got up in here. Carl Moore, what's happening, brother? Yeah. My man Carl. Salute, B. Hey, salute to you, brother. Pete the Pirate, matey. Brielle, what's up, man? Hey, Brielle, man. You a father, man. You ain't supposed to be up this late at night no more, man. You got to start changing your life, man. But I'm glad you came through. Make sure y'all hit that like, though. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see who else we got up in here. Andre Bly, what's happening, brother? Yes, indeed. The Soto you dig representing. Yes, yes, yes. Cash, yep. And my man who always got my six. Not DJ, but DJ do got my six. But my man that got my six all the time. My brother, none other than Jason Gunn. What's happening, bro? How you doing on this evening? Is that ZZ? What's up to you? Big Snatcher, what's up, man? What's up? Wait a minute, I'm on the wrong thing. I'm actually looking at this through the live. I mean through boy, I tell you, y'all gotta forgive me. I'm looking at the chat through the screen. I ain't supposed to be doing that. I'm supposed to be looking at it over here with the pop out. I'm tripping. Yeah, but y'all forgive me. Y'all stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. I done missed probably a bunch of people. Let me go back. All right, there we go. Okay, I'm right here. Cool. I didn't miss too much. Teresa, yes, indeed. Tyrone, yep. Sassy Francis, there we go. What's happening? Sassy XB Mario, what up? What up? Phil McCracken, I hope that's it. The Kraken, release the Kraken. Sassy Francis, what's up? Carrie Rufo, what it do though? Yeah, buddy. Chi-Town represent. Well, that's like Rosemont, closer to Chi-Town, but you still get the little tag. Western suburbs. There we go. Yeah, northwest suburbs. We get you shout out. Let's see who else we got in the building. Cat A, what's up? What's up? What's up? Danahima Brown, there it is. Kanye 2020. Yeah, buddy. Big Snatcher, my brother. What's up? What's up? We all the way down here. I done hit them, hit ZZ. Yep. Malcolm. Hey, Malcolm, that's my nephew, y'all. Shout out to Mally Mal. I love you, brother. I love you, man. Hope you're doing all good. Hope you're doing your thing, boy, because if not, your uncle go come see about you. You know what I do. Yeah, you know what it is. All right. Some of us still got bedtimes. We got to get these in before 8. Hey, man, look here, man. This is for grown folks, man. And you in your 20s anyway, boy, go ahead on talking about get to bed early. Let's see. Chassis, what's happening? Dennis Ramos, what up, what up? Mr. Starboy, what's cracking? And I believe that's everybody. If I missed you, it wasn't by intent. So charge it to my head, not my heart. I love y'all. So let's do this. So here's my thing, and I'm gonna get into the to this a little different than I think what people think that I'm gonna talk about. So my thing is this. Everybody's been talking about Kanye, and everybody's pretty much saying the same thing. Kanye crazy, Kanye a coon, Kanye done lost his mind. He don't know what he doing. He doing this, he doing that, he's this, he's misrepresenting black people. I mean, just so much. People are like going in. And I actually had like a couple other things to talk about, but because this is like just snowballed, I got it, but I'm not really thinking about that we're going to actually get to it. So we may have to do another show like on Friday or something. So here's my thing about Kanye. First and foremost, let me say this. Kanye is from Chicago, stand up, Chi-Town, West Side. I feel you, representing. As a artist, I really do like Kanye and what he's done. Not just as an artist, but for the city. Kanye has represented Chi-Town to a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? Arguably, probably the biggest artist ever to come out of Chicago, or as far as the rap game is concerned. So I have nothing but the utmost respect for Ye for what he's done. However, everybody who knows Kanye, and we talking about on a personal level, street level, whatever the case may be, before Kanye was a household name, everybody knew that Kanye was just, he's off a little bit. He is. He just is. He's just off a little bit. I don't know what it is, what you want to chalk it up to. Nevertheless, the dude is still a musical genius. I got to give him his credit. But he's off. So we get that part. However, the thing is that what he's doing right now in my opinion, is a little bit of genius. And I know that sounds crazy, and I know there's people right now saying, get the hell out of here, you don't know what you're talking about. But I'm going to try to, if you can just hear what I'm saying and just disregard what has been said, but look at it through a different angle. And I'm going to show you what I believe to be the genius in what he's doing. Okay? So, everybody's upset about the statement Kanye made about him saying slavery was a choice. Well, now, that, in my opinion, the first time I heard it, which was definitely by my brother, shout out to Tommy Sotomayor, he was the first one I heard say it. Now, there have been others that have said it, but he was the first one that said it that I heard. And this was like, this had to be, man, how long have I been listening to Tommy? 4, 5 years? So this had to be at least about maybe 3 years ago. Easy when he said it. And the first time he said it, I lost my shit. I said, what? I said, get the fuck out of me. Man, this dude crazy. I said, Tommy, you tripping. I said, you wrong on this one, bro. This is me talking to myself. You know, of course I wasn't in the room with him. But I'm just sitting there telling myself, Tommy, you wrong on this one, partner. I don't know where you getting this from or how you thinking about this, but you tripping. You lost your mind. You crazy. And what you're saying now is asinine. That's exactly what I said, which is what most people who have heard this, coming from Kanye, it's the first time they heard it, which is why I understand why people have said what they said. Thing about it is, if you go back and look at Tommy's video about it, and you look at the other people that have said it, you can even probably Google it or Google it, search it in YouTube, and you will see the video where Tommy actually breaks it down and points out exactly what it is. Or actually, you can go to his website at TommySotomayor.com and you can see the video there, because I know he got it up there. If you go and watch that video, you can see exactly what he means by slavery was a choice. And you will see the whole thing, and you will have a different perspective on what that statement means. So when I heard it from Kanye, it wasn't something that was new to me, and I kind of started getting to where he was going when he said it. But this is the thing about my biggest thing about what he said in that TMZ thing. And that is this. The ability for us as people, as the human race, black people, white people, yellow people, orange people, green people, whoever, the ability for us to be able to speak freely without condemnation is paramount to our survival and to our upliftment, our next level. We have to get to a place to where we can speak freely. At the end of the day, you say what you want about this country. We have our problems, we have our issues, and we have them on a large scale and on a small scale. But the thing is this: if we aren't able to voice our opinions, and if we aren't able to say what it is that we believe to be true, and not have it challenged healthy or in a healthy manner, that's our first problem. The second problem is this: we've got to get out of this mindset, and this is where the whole freedom of speech thing has gone lately over the past year or so. We've got to get out of this mindset of saying, if you ain't with us, then you ain't nothing, and what your thoughts and ideas are mute and void. You need to lose everything that you have, and you need to be banished from this world. It's like when somebody says something that goes against the grain, you want to send them to the Phantom Zone. Everybody know what the Phantom Zone is, right? Superman 2, where the three dudes came from in the Phantom Zone, and the little mirror that tumbles through space, and there's nothingness that they're in, and they last for forever. Right. That's what people want to send people to, that say things that they don't like. Not that they're lying, not that they're saying things that aren't true. Factual information that people say, things that people say that can be backed up with facts. Because you don't like the way it sounds, and the fact that you may not just like the idea, you want to condemn and banish a person. And that, at the end of the day, is not what this country is about. We have our faults as a country, but at the end of the day, we the best thing going. You tell me where else there's a better place besides America, and I would recommend that you pack your shit up and go there. Because I can't think of a place. I cannot think of a place you can talk about, oh, well, you go to Australia, you go. No. Other places are great to visit, but I don't want to live there. I just don't. I like being here in this country. Whether I was stolen and brought here by my ancestors on a boat, whatever you want to call it, I was 400 years, my ancestor died and cried and bled. I get all of that. But I ain't going nowhere. I like being here. I like being in this internet. I like the infrastructure. I like the way we have things set up where you can do what you need to do to get where you need. I like it here. It ain't the best place in the world, or it ain't the best place of all time, but in my opinion, it's definitely the best place in the world today. And all these people that say otherwise, I don't see your bags packed. I just don't. And until I do, till I hear about people, till I hear about us, till I hear about black people moving to other places, talking about going back to Africa, all the Pan-Africanists out there, all of the pro-blacks that want to get back to our roots, pack up and go to Africa. You can do it. Ain't no problem. Go ahead, get your things together, get on the boat and get on up out of here if you think it's better somewhere else. Because it's not, at the end of the day. It's too many people trying to get over in here to where it can't be better out there. Plain and simple. So that's the thing that I wanted to really like point out. And then with that being said, what he's saying here, if you take the initial shock out of it and just listen to what he's trying to get you to do, he's trying to get you to think. He's trying to get you to not just think, but he's trying to get you to think for yourself. How is it that I can't like somebody that you don't like? How is it that just because I like somebody, I may not agree with everything that they say or do, but how come I can't like them? How come I can't have a personal relationship with somebody that you may not like on a public level? At the end of the day, it should be about choice, and we need to be able to allow people to do what it is they need to do and to be who they want to be. We have so many people that stand up and fight for the LGBT community, BTQ. I hope I got it right. But you have so many people that will stand up and fight for that. You have so many people that will fight and stand up for Me Too. But damn it, if I like this person and you don't, where are the people standing up and fighting for that? Why are we so quick to condemn a person for something that we may not like? And then it's something that they like, and we gonna condemn them for it? We gonna damn them to hell. We can't support them. We can't listen to their music. We can't buy their clothes. We can't do nothing that associates with them because of who they like on a personal level or who they support on a political level. Because at the end of the day, the politics that you choose, ain't nobody's politics perfect. Nobody. So all of the Democrats out there, y'all ain't got it figured out. And same thing for the Republicans. But we, instead of us challenging each other to be better, instead of challenging each other to do better, we would rather just stay on our side and stay on their side and then throw rocks at each other and condemn each other, war with each other. Why do that when you have an opportunity because somebody did step out of their box to do something or to say something that's thought-provoking? Why not challenge the thought if what you believe is so right and so true? As opposed to calling him all kind of names, as opposed to trying to just disgrace him and to shame him into what it is because he believes something different than you. Why are we that type of people? And we're supposed to be the better ones? We're supposed to be the righteous ones, right? Right. So I just want to go over a few things on here and just point out some of the things that he said and why he said them. Just from my opinion.
Well, thank you so much for coming here and doing this. I want to start with what everybody is talking about, because I don't think people necessarily understand what happened last week with the Make America Great Again hat. So everybody wants to hear from you, and I want to have a discussion about it. What drove you to that? What was your point? What are you trying to do with the message you're sending?
Well, it was really just my subconscious. It was a feeling I had, you know, like people were taught how to think, we're taught how to feel. We don't know how to think for ourselves. We don't know how to feel for ourselves. People say feel free, but they don't really want us to feel free. And I felt a freedom in, first of all, just doing something that everybody tells you not to do. Like, you can't do it for this reason. You can't do this for that reason. So, and, you know, I'm not coming up here to justify anything. It's, you know, you can't tell me.
So here's my thing. Oh, yeah, man. Thank you, DJ. Hold up. Wait. To my brothers who be thinking we soft, we gon' take. We gon' rock it till the wheels fall off. Hold up. Wait. Fair use. Alright? Fair use. Fair use, fair use. What we are doing, we are critiquing this video. This video, well, it doesn't contain disturbing content. Or it may be appropriate for some of you. I don't know. But that's from the last show. But anyway, this next slide that's coming up, fair use. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright user. This is called fair use. That is, player. So, yeah. Get off my back. Fair use is all that. Let me see here. Let me actually move that right up here by my beautiful face. I know y'all want to see my face. Put Brian back on. I need to see his face. Let me see him. Let me see. Here I is. Y'all ain't got to worry. There go my face right there. Y'all can see this beautifulness. For have God created anything more wonderful, he'd have kept it for himself. Yes, I know this. Here we go. So, what he's basically saying is we're condemning this dude, or we're mad at this dude, first and foremost, because he's wearing a hat. All right? And the hat says, "Make America Great Again." And my thing is this. For those of you that live here, for those of you that are Americans, should that not be one of our goals? I want to make America great again. I want to make America great, period. And I believe that I have a right to contribute to that. Now, do I agree with everything Donald Trump says? Hell to the no. But you have to realize one of the things about people, right? People are who they are. And at the end of the day, Donald Trump is a well-accomplished, rich, spoiled, billionaire, white guy who has been this way since he was born. The silver spoon was right there. Wait, where's the spoon? Now, this spoon that I got right here is for my teeth. But this spoon, if it was silver, it'd have been right in his mouth, because that's how he was born. So we get that. So there's a certain level of, number one, arrogance that comes along with that. There's a certain level of privilege that comes along with that. And that's who he is. Nobody made him in the political arena. He got up and he decided, I got enough money, I'ma run. And people talk about, yeah, he had all these failed businesses and all. What person who's a successful billionaire ain't had something that failed? It is what it is. But that's who he is. And yes, he says things that are rude, crude, offensive to anybody. But at the end of the day, he is still a person. And what he says and what he believes, some of it I do agree with. And some of it I don't. At the end of the day, I'm not going to condemn him either way. There's some things I agree that Obama said and did when he was president. And there's some that I didn't. Actually, the scale is probably tipped more the other way. But I still respect the man. I still like the fact that, hey, we had a person of color, even though he was biracial, he made it all the way to the White House. Hopefully he's inspiring to somebody else. That's a good thing about him. Now, can I sit back and talk about all the things that happened bad on his watch? Absolutely. But you can do that about every president. So what's the point? Why condemn him for the things that he didn't do or the things that I thought he should have done? Why condemn him for that? I'm not. I'm going to appreciate it, and I'll always be the one to say Obama is one of the best politicians I have ever seen in my life. He's one of the best I've ever seen do it. At the end of the day, when you talking about just bona fide, straight up politician, a guy who can talk to anybody and can help, just come into a room and be that guy who is that politician, one of the best I've seen. So it is what it is in that aspect. And at the end of the day, I don't like everything he did, but I don't hate him for it. And I don't hate the people who support him for it. It's like people who have put Obama's picture on the same. This is the thing. I'm going to tell you one of the things that I hate about us that we do. So you take Barack Obama and you put him in a picture with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. Like, this dude hasn't done a tenth of what those two men have done for not just our people, but for the world. How do you compare Obama to Martin and Malcolm? Are you kidding me? But what we got, t-shirts and pictures with him on it. Personally, I hate it. I think it's very disrespectful because that dude ain't walked a tenth of what's in their of the journey they walked in their shoes. and he can't even try them shoes on. He can't even get the Cinderella going to see if they would fit. He has not had to endure anything that they have in order to do what they did in a short period of time, and not to mention the dude's still alive. Now, if you want to put him on a picture or a t-shirt with Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, or Al Roker and Obama, go right ahead. I feel you. But you putting him on or Bobby Rush, there you go right there. Jesse Jackson, Bobby Rush, Obama, and Al Sharpton. T-shirts all day. $5.99, I sell you some. There you go. But putting him on a picture with Malcolm and Martin, disrespectful. Disrespectful. I want to say I seen one with him and Garvey on there or something like, or him and Frederick Douglass or something like that. Totally disrespectful. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And what he did as a politician, salute to you, dude. You did your thing. You went in there, you owned that house, you did it the way you wanted to, the best way you wanted to do it, I guess, or whatever. But you did something that ain't too many people can say they've done. You know what I'm saying? And it's good. I respect you for that. Salute. But you ain't no Martin or no Malcolm, dude. So that's just my thing about that. But at the end of the day, when you just look at just one of the things he said, you mad at this dude because he got this hat on. And if the dude likes Trump, what's wrong with that?
This opened up a conversation. I'm probably going to do the least good explanation of why. I'm just connected
Very true.
with the universe, period. I'm just, and that's going to come off whack. Don't try to wacko-jacko me for saying that, because that's what the media is trying to do. They're attacking me with these smoke screens that I'm not going to fall for. Like I see you got Daz Dillinger on here. So they put a media takeout that said the Crips have a hit on Kanye West, right?
Now, because this dude supports, likes, and is friends with Donald Trump, one of the most notorious gang, not the notorious, I'm telling you right now, because you go down to GDs in Chicago, baby, you go down there to them vice lords in Chicago, they started this gang banging, and this the thanks they get. I'm just saying. I just had to put that out there. Shout out, stand up. I'm even proud of my gang bangers. But at the end of the day, that's foolishness. But at the end of the day, the Crips have put a hit out on Kanye to where they want to beat him up. How do you get there? Daz Dillinger want to beat Kanye up. It's like every time somebody says something about a celebrity of ours, a black celebrity, says something out of pocket, we want to beat his ass? Seriously? We want to fight this dude? It's like you have to realize that there's certain things that you don't have to necessarily go to. Disagree. It don't got to come to blows. It ain't got to come to guns. It ain't got to come to all of that. We are so extreme. And everybody's like, man, them Crips out there, they talking about killing Kanye, Joe. Really? That's what we want to do because this dude likes somebody that you don't like. It's insane to have that type of mentality and to have that type of ideology to think that that's okay. And we accept it and we ride with it. Yeah, that's right. We need to kill Kanye. He out here. Come on, man. The dude is trying to get you to think. He's trying to get you to think for yourself. And that's why he's saying what he's saying. That's why he's wearing that hat. Because we should all be able to choose who and what we want to support. It shouldn't just be a thing to where we say, that's it, he did this and I don't like him, so anybody that don't like him, I don't like them. That's asinine. That's the whole crabs in a barrel mentality. You either all with the crabs, and the minute you try to do something different, if we can't pull you back down, then we just gonna talk crazy about you. We gonna make you the enemy no matter what. We do that better to us than anybody else. And even with him talking about the media and stuff, it's like, yeah, the media is gonna spin their thing the way they spin it. But we do even a worse job at that. We go way too far. We talking about killing this dude.
And I said, wow, this is really like the Malcolm X movie. They're really going to send some black people to kill me. And then when I read it, it said the Crips are going to beat Kanye up when they see him. And I was like, oh, that's so dope. They love me. That's like my brother. Your brother beat you up. Like, man, you getting out of line, bro.
Now
You
that's
tripping. I'ma beat
that's
you up.
crazy.
I was like, oh,
I ain't
man,
gonna
that's
never be
love,
happy
man.
about nobody
Dads
killing
love
me.
and I love
Like,
dads.
damn sure ain't gonna be happy about
Seriously?
nobody talking about
Seriously?
whipping my ass.
That's how you
neither.
took it when you saw
That's
the
that
video
other
of
part
Dad's
that I'm
fight.
talking about. That little part in that's just really eccentric, borderline crazy.
What I think
Because you can't call rich people crazy.
Probably
Rich
the
people
idea
are
is to
eccentric.
beat sense
That's just what it
into
is.
me. But
That's their part of it. So
when you hear about slavery for 400 years,
and then
for
this is the
400
kicker.
years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all? You know, like, it's like we're mentally in prison. I like the word prison because slavery goes too direct to the idea of blacks. It's like slavery, Holocaust Jews, slavery is blacks. So prison is something that unites us as one race, blacks and whites being one race. That we're one, we're the human race. We're human beings and stuff.
So you can definitely disagree with the slavery comment, but I encourage you to go look at Tommy's video where he talked about it. That's all I'm gonna say about that, because that in itself is a whole nother show. If you look at that show Tommy's talking about that, you will see why he said it. And I'm gonna even go as far as say this. Everybody say what they want to say about Tommy, but I'm telling you, it's too many people that's saying things that he said already to where I truly believe that they all watching. They are all watching this dude. It's too close. It's too close to what he's saying. And people are watching this dude. They just may not be out with it, but everybody's watching this dude and ain't nobody saying nothing. But I just ain't heard nothing like that before until I heard it from him. That's all I'm saying. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Let me move up a little bit.
For food stamps and stuff. It's the mob. Like, and by the
showing their true feelings, expressing themselves freely, and that the hat is a lightning rod for this kind of free thought that is lost in our society because people get bullied and shouted down and they're intimidated to the point where they have to shut up. Is that fair?
It's the mob. The mob tries to tell you what to think. The mob tries to make all blacks be Democrats for food stamps and stuff. It's the mob.
Wow. Why is that? Why is it that black folks, and I definitely wanted to approach this or to talk about this. Why is it that all black people are default Democrats? Let's look at it. Let's ask that question and then come up with an answer that makes sense to me. And you ain't got to do it today, but whenever. You can hit it, send me an email. You can send me any type of information you want to do. Make a comment on the show, whatever you want to do. Why is it that blacks are default Democrats? Why do we have to be default Democrats? People say, well, we always been Democrats. That ain't true, because at first we were Republicans. Fact. The other part to that is that when you're talking about saying, well, we Democrats because Democrats look out for, when you think about and you go back and you look at all of the history of just the Democratic Party and you look at how it relates to black people, aside from a handout, where has being a Democrat benefited black folks? I'll wait on that. You show me where, because of this Democratic Party, this is why black people are able to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Or hell, I'll just take A and B. Because it's like, when you think about it, wouldn't you, as far as your party is concerned, wouldn't you want to align yourself, your political power, your votes, and all of that with the party that is going to do the best as far as serving your agenda? They may not be able to do everything you want them to do, but you want the party that's going to serve your agenda, because we all have agendas. Agenda, however you want to say it. We all have those. But wouldn't you want that party that best serves your agenda to be the one that you support? Just a thought, I guess. But that's us not knowing politics. That's us not being informed. That's us waiting on somebody telling us what to do. When you look at back in the day, how all of the and that's one of the reasons why when you look at just how things have transpired over the years and what our culture is like for black folks, the politicians gravitate towards our preachers because our preachers are the ones that get the word out to us because that's one of the few places where we meet on a weekly basis. So, yeah, maybe those politicians did a favor for them preachers, but how did that benefit us? Local politicians, all the way up the chain. Tell me where being a Democrat has served us this purpose. Because here's another fact for you. The worst thing since the enslavement of black people, since the civil rights thing was over with, and we did integration. Integration was one of the worst things that ever happened to us. That's a fact. After integration, the worst thing that happened to us was the mass incarceration of black people in the 90s. Over 1 million of us. I can't remember the number because my wife she put me onto a wonderful video that showed me about. Shout out to my baby. I love you, honey. But she gave me a video, I think it's called 13, where it talked about the mass incarceration of black folks. Over 1 million people were incarcerated, right? The super predators and all that stuff. That bill came from Democrats. Came from good old Bill Clinton and his wonderful wife, who called us super predators. Yes, young black men. Where my nephew at? Malcolm, they called you a super predator, boy. That's what you are. So, you talking about something like, I can point out, clearly just did, one of the major things that definitely had a negative impact on black folks. And that's the party we support. That's the party we vote. I voted for Bill Clinton. Both times. Just like I voted for Barack. It is what it is. But I was uninformed. And when you talk about it, yep, that's what it is. It is 13. But when you talk about it and you look at that, that's who put us in jail. I know cats to this day that's still riding on that third strike and they still locked up, hoping they'll get out. But at the end of the day, that's who we ride with by default. Not looking at none of the facts. And don't nobody talk about that. Don't nobody talk about, hey, man, them Clintons locked us up, but we was ready to put her in office, wasn't we? We hate Donald Trump, though. But we love us some Hillary. She was so presidential. She was so presidential. She deserved to be in that White House. She was so presidential in the way she carried herself and the way she behaved. It was all super predators. I'd be damned if I vote for somebody who called me a super predator. Because I was showing up a young street thug, whatever you want to call it. I was one of them. I was one of them young cats out there, and I'm trying to find my way as a young black brother, and I was looked at as a super predator, plain and simple. I'd be damned if I vote for somebody like that. I'd be damned. I'm a fool if I do. But that's my thing. We don't hold people accountable to that. Now, is Hillary Clinton the devil? I ain't gonna go that far. Devilish. But I ain't gonna go that far. She might have met Satan on the occasion or two, but I ain't gonna say she's the devil. I'm not gonna say that. But that's something major to me that affected me directly, that affected people that I know and love directly, that affected them. That is to why I don't support Hillary Clinton. Plain and simple. So it is what it is in that aspect, but I have some documentation, I have some facts that can support that. But if you haven't seen that documentary, I encourage you to go watch it. I encourage you.
And by the way, you're just talking to the emotion. You know, when you get Candace, ask her, she's going to drop you the facts. We're going to have Candace on in a bit. The kid, if you ask the kid that stood in Tiananmen Square in front of the tank why he did it, he might not be able to explain that. But you can't diminish that moment if I can't give you the direct explanation.
But that kid had a righteous point of view that he really believed in, and that's why he was standing in front of the tank. My righteous
point of view is free thought. Now, if you want to ask me,
his righteous point of view is free thought. So he's telling you why he's doing what he's doing. It's for free thought. He wants you to think for yourself. And here's the thing. we always look for our black celebrities, black leaders, whatever you want to call it, to be perfect. And I can tell you this, they never will be, and they never have been. There is no perfect black person for us to follow. The person that you need to be following is your own mind, your own thoughts. So the fact that you want to look to Kanye to be right in all things, what kind of concept is that? That's a false concept to even try to have to put on people. We want our preachers to be perfect. We want our politicians to be perfect. We want our celebrities to be perfect. And it's impossible. They all have faults because they are human. They are people. It's like people talk about or get mad at the fact or hate the fact when people bring up how Martin Luther King had hoes. Martin Luther King was sleeping with plenty of women. At the end of the day, he was Martin Luther King. How many of you think about the women that was throwing themselves at him? And you talking about all poor Coretta and all. Yeah, I get it. But it was Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King. It's like, is it really that far-fetched to think that a celebrity, a man of that stature, wouldn't have women that are literally throwing themselves at him, that want to sleep with him? Come on, man. You have to say, hey, and the fact that he did that and he had that history, does that make him less than what he was? No. And we have to stop judging people on that. That one thing that you do, or that one thing, that one mistake, or that two mistakes, or those three mistakes. Hell, look at what's the dude that smoked crack in D.C.? Marion Barry. He was the mayor. Smoked crack, got his job back. Hey, that's Chris Rock right there. He smoked crack, got his job back. But at the end of the day, Marion Barry wasn't our savior. Marion Barry wasn't a black people leader. He was a politician. And if he got elected twice if he got back in office after smoking crack after all them years, he had to be a damn good politician. Let me tell y'all something. Every last one of these politicians got some type of vice, got some type of secret, got something they done did in the dark that if it came to the light would be damning or disparaging or damaging to them. Every last one of them. If you think they don't, you're a fool. Every celebrity, every preacher, every evangelist, every choir director. Well, the choir director pretty much show you who they is all the time anyway, because they up there with the tambourine loud and everybody. Yeah, Jesus, that's my Jesus right there. But anyway, what I'm saying to you is everybody has something about them that is disparaging. Everybody has something about them that you may not like or agree with or goes against your principles or your moral compass. But at the end of the day, you have to let people be who they are. And when they're doing something that you don't like, then hey, absolutely challenge them on that. But if your views are the same as theirs on a particular subject, acknowledge it and say, you know what? This is true. That is right. Kanye wanting me to free think is right. And the fact he used the hat to do it, borderline genius to me. Because at the end of the day, he got everybody listening and hanging on to every word that come out of his mouth right now. And people talking about, yeah, he about to drop an album. So what? What's the difference between him dropping an album after what he said and a preacher selling their message after they give it? It's the same thing. I want my message. I want what it is that I'm saying to get to people. And if I charge you $10.99 for it, so be it. Jay-Z gave us the game for $9.99. Shout out to 444, one of the coolest albums I've ever heard. But it is what it is, and we need to be okay with that. You need to be okay with the fact that, hey, everybody that you support ain't perfect. Everybody got their own skeletons and got their own demons. But at the end of the day, if what they're doing as a whole, if what they're doing as an idea, if what that is good for you and is good for us as a people, you have to support that. You have to ride with that. Because that's the right thing to do. That in itself is the righteousness. To be able to see the fault in somebody and still be able to support an idea that benefits the whole, that benefits people, that's where you should be. That's what you should support. You know what? I don't like the fact that he cursed, but at the end of the day, what he says is true, and it actually makes a lot of sense. And it can help people. So why not support it? Yeah, I may not like the fact that he sits up and he curses, and it's 10:30, 11:30 at night or whatever, and he's sitting on YouTube and he on Facebook cussing, but what he says makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to click that PayPal button and I'm going to donate. That's what I'm going to do because that's the righteous thing to do. You see, that's how it works, people. That's what it's all about. If somebody's sacrificing their time and they I can be with my beautiful wife right now, hugged up and kissing on her, which I'm going to do that anyway. But I could be doing that right now. But instead, I'm talking with y'all because this is important. This is a passion of mine. This is something that I love to do. So click the donate button. That's the message for that.
Don't have extremely strong political opinions. You could talk to John Legend if you want some political. I've never been into politics. I just love Trump. That's my boy. Like,
and this is my thing with the whole John Legend and Ebro thing. First and foremost, ain't neither one of them brothers perfect. They done both did they dirt. But my thing that I don't like is that they condemning what Kanye said and what Kanye did. Just disagree. Just say, you know what? That brother has his opinions and what he feel, I disagree with. I think, and I disagree with it because of these facts. Not talking about how I feel. Because at the end of the day, John Legend, Ebro, ain't neither one of y'all suffered like the average black dude suffered. Y'all got the light skin thing going. We can talk about that. What's the point though? What is the point? Ebro ain't even black. I think he like Jewish or something like that. I think he is Jewish. I think he is Jewish or whatever the case may be. But it is what it is. That don't mean that what Ebro says on some of his podcasts, on some of his shows, don't make sense. Because they do. And he ain't less than because of that. Same thing for John Legend. We're not ordinary people. We just might take it slow, whatever it is. It's not that he's a bad person. Just disagree. And that's what I want for black people. That's what I want for all of us. When we look at something and we hear something that somebody don't like, just let us have a difference of opinion. It's okay to have that. Respect it. And let that person say what it is they need to say. Let them feel the way they need to feel. Even with Stacey Dash, prime example. I personally think she's an idiot. I personally think that some of the things she says are just asinine, stupid, whatever you want to call it. But I'm not going to go out and condemn her. I'm not going to say, I ain't watching Saved by the Bell another again because of what she said. Same thing about Raven-Symoné. She said some stuff that I totally disagree with. But I'm not going to go and say, I ain't watching That's So Raven and I ain't watching the last 2 seasons of Cosby because of Raven-Symoné. That's what we do. And that makes no sense. None whatsoever. We need to be better than that. Think on a higher level. Be more educated to be able to say, I may not agree with everything that person says, but I can hear the truth and the things that are factual and the things that are logical, and I can agree with those. And those things that I don't agree with are just that. Things that I don't agree with. It's plain and simple. It's just that way. And that's what Kanye is trying to get us to understand.
You know, it's like so many rappers, you'll look at a video of Snoop Dogg loving Trump, but then he get in the office and now they don't love him. Like, Trump is one of rap's favorite people, right?
But we talk about this, that before he was...
Now, true as hell. And I'm going to say this. Coming from a person, you talking about a person who grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, I witnessed that rap develop. And all of the cats was talking about how cool they was with Trump, how much they liked Trump, using Trump as a metaphor. Real talk. That is a fact. Snoop included. And Snoop, the first one, talking about, I'm going to do a video where I'm killing Trump. At the end of the day, that in itself is really disingenuous. So for everybody that talk about keeping it real, how you going to support Snoop? And Snoop was talking about how he cool with Trump, but now he doing a video where he killing Trump. And now, how does that make sense? And don't nobody hold him accountable for that. Why? Because he's Snoop. Snoop lying, getting high, whatever he doing. I'm on weed, I'm off the weed. I like the weed. I kind of like the weed. Now I ain't on the weed. Now I'm back on the weed. And I'm Snoop Dogg, D-O-double-G. Do I like Snoop Dogg music? Hell yeah. Do I listen to Snoop Dogg? Absolutely. But I'm not going to condemn him and say, I'll never buy Snoop's album again because he lied. What he said was disingenuous. That's the artist part. That's the show business part of it. He did that thing with Trump in his video because he wanted to be popular. He knew it would make some noise. It would give him some publicity, help him sell some records, and say, yeah, everybody going to be on my side to hate Trump because I'm doing this with Trump. And putting it in the video. That's what we have to say. You know what? That's show business. Let's keep it moving. Because what he's doing is stupid. What he's doing is disingenuous. What he's doing is phony. He ain't keeping it real. But we cool with that because it's something that we like. We don't like Trump, so it's cool if you do something to Trump. Now, had Limp Bizkit did a video where they was talking about killing Obama, niggas would have lost their mind. We even lost our mind. Here it is. Bam! Make you say, God damn, this is a dope jam. But let's define the term called dope, and you're making me funky. Now, no, here is the true tale. That's that Public Enemy. But we would have lost our minds. Beastie Boys wouldn't have done it because they were loving black folks. But let some white group had done that. And they would have did a video where they were talking about killing Obama. It would have been over. It would have been a wrap. So you have to have this mindset of saying, hey man, let's be the type of people to where we can see things for what they are, and then we can challenge people for what it is that they do. And if they do something I don't like, I'm going to go and I'm going to challenge them on it. I'm not going to say they need to be taken off there. They need to lose everything that they work hard for. They need to lose their job. They need to be kicked out of the world and put into the phantom zone. I'm not going to do that. It's just not that serious. We need to do better than that.
It was an in thing to put Donald Trump in your rhyme somewhere.
Yeah. And by the way, I am in hip hop, but I'm not just in hip hop. I'm a black person in the black community, but I'm not just that. I feel like one thing is people try to minimize me to artists, hip hop. Wait a second, I just saw George Bush pushing George Bush Sr. in a wheelchair, and he just lost his wife. Do you know how bad I would want to go to George Bush and say, I'm sorry for hurting you. I was an artist, I was hurting when I went up to the telethon. I said something in the moment.
Now, what he's saying here is he's talking about when he was like, George Bush don't like black people. And he's now had a moment where he's seen what he said, and he's talking about where he was in a bad place, and he talked about how he was on drugs, how he was, fresh out of the hospital and on more pills, and was just, mentally unstable. And he just said what he said, and at the end of the day, he said what he felt at the time, but it was reckless. And he's looking at it now. Well, like at the end of the day, George Bush is a person. No matter if you like him, no matter if you say he's stupid, no matter whatever you want to say about him, he is a person. Now, the fact of the matter is, too, if you disagree with his politics, you have every right to do so. Every right to do so. So it is what it is, and that's what he's trying. He's apologizing for it now because he felt like he shouldn't have said it, but that's what he did. And the fact that he did it, that's on you. You did that.
But when I look at you as a dad and a family member, I'm sorry for hurting you. Think about Obama. Obama was the opioid to our pain. He pacified us, but he pissed the Nazis off even more. Hold on, bro. I'm on a wave right here.
Okay. All right.
You talk every day.
All right.
This is with the love. Give me a hug. I don't mean, but come on.
It's all good. It's all good.
Let genius be free. So.
And at this point, he's definitely in a place where he's just really just trying to get all that he has in him get out. I understand how that is sometimes when you have a lot of ideas and a lot of thoughts that you want to get out, and that's what he's doing. So I'm going to go past that a little bit.
Obstruction to your joy. Now, by the time you're 30, because I was trying to look good for y'all.
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, and I took the tweets down and everything.
Him being,
because I was drugged.
I didn't even know this until I saw this.
I was drugged out.
So he was addicted to opioids. He's addicted to opioids, and he's talking about how he went and had, damn it, what do they call it? Plastic surgery, but it's liposuction. He had lipo. Yeah, thank you, Brielle. He had lipo, and him having the lipo and being on drugs, how he did that because of his own self-image. I mean, how he felt insecure about his image. He didn't want to be, and this was back when Kanye was chunky. I remember that, when Kanye was chunky, but I didn't know that he went and had liposuction because of it, because of just the whole being in Hollywood, being in that plastic environment like it is. It's all about image. It's all about how you look. It's all about what you wear, what you have, and that's how you are judged. Because everybody in Hollywood, they judging you at the end of the day. And him trying to keep up with the Joneses because he has that mantle of being a celebrity like that, an A-list celebrity, being with the Kardashian thing and all that, there is an expectation of how your image is and all that stuff and how it's portrayed. I get that.
2 days after I got off of opioids, and I was addicted to opioids, 2 days I got off of opioids, I'm in the hospital, right? I'm taking hey, everyone listen to this, please. 2 days before I was in the hospital.
Now he's about to talk about how he was taking 2 opioids a day. And then he's going to talk about when he went to the hospital and came out, he was taking 7 pills a day. So he was just talking about how, you know, the whole medicine thing, using the opioids, how it got them all out of whack, and just there is a problem with just, you know, how people get hooked on those. And I get that part. It is what it is at that point. He's saying, like, you know, that's something we need to look at. So that's cool. I'm going to fast forward that because he, like, really drew that part out.
When they said the Crips is going to kill you, I said, man, that was the headline. But when they said they wanted to beat me up, I said, so Scientology is a lesser religion than any other religion, right?
Even aliens.
Wait a second. Scientology is a lesser religion.
So he's talking to her about Scientology and how she's saying it's a lesser religion, but then he came back and he did a really good job of proving his point here about just the
any other religion. That's what you're saying?
It's not believable and it's not a religion.
So what's a religion?
Well, they're not classified as a religion.
And what's the reason for that?
Financial gain?
Oh, they don't have as much money as the church.
Yeah, you're going to lose this one, Charlie. Yeah. You're going to lose.
And they basically told her, like, yeah, this is a mute point here, because when you talk about the money that the church get, and you talk about the money that Scientology get, I get it, but it's all the same hustle, all the same game when it comes to that. When you talking about that money and how that money ain't going to all of the places you think it will go, it is what it is in that instance. And people give their money and do what they want to do with their money. That's your right to do that. But at the end of the day, you can't compare or say that Scientology is a lesser religion than somebody else's religion just because that's what you believe. And that's the whole thing with just that free thought thing. You have to let people do what it is that they're doing, because you believing in Scientology and you believing in Christianity and you believing in Buddhism, you believing in Islam, you believing in all these different things. Everybody has a right to do that. And what you believe in is what you believe in. It doesn't make everything else lesser than what it is you believe. So wherever you spending your time, your energy, and your resources with your religion, that is totally up to you. That is totally up to you. And that's what he's saying. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get us to a place to where, and this is the key, and I'm gonna absolutely give the credit to where credit is due. He's trying to get us to do something that Tommy has been telling us to get to the point of doing since I have been watching. And that's getting to the point to where we start to have a conversation. Get to the point to where we're able to at least have a conversation about the things that are going on with us as a people, as a community. So whether you're talking about the black hood in Chicago and you're talking about global warming, get to a point to where we're not choosing sides, and get to a point to where we're just having or starting to have a conversation. And that's one of the wonderful things I love about YouTube. It allows us to come together from all different parts of the world and have the conversation. That is where change begins. That is where people get inspired. When you can have a conversation with someone, and it's not about you being right or wrong. It's not about you being the devil. It's not about you being the worst person in the world. It's not about you being a coon, a sucker ass nigga. It's not about you being an Uncle Tom. It's just about you being a person who thinks and has ideas of their own, and they're willing and have the balls to share them with other people. That's where it begins. That's where the real power is. That's where the standing in my truth. That's where the whole thing about you being a better person, you wanting to be a better person than you want to be a better version than of yourself. That's where it starts. Because sometimes you have to have that conversation with yourself, and then you can start to have it with others. Church.
I think we've gotten a little off. To change.
And this is one of the biggest parts about this that I didn't like, is what this dude said. And this is how most black people feel, though.
Your free thought with my free thought. And while you...
No, what do you mean? We haven't. We're on now. We're on now. You remember I gave how many people are feeling, how many people felt something that I said today? Raise your hand if you felt something that I said today.
Did you notice something about that shot? There were people of all different races raising their hand. And that, say what you want to say, is where the genius is. Because those people never would have had this conversation had it not been for what he did. And because he had that conversation, now you have a bunch of people from all different walks of life. You have a bunch of people from all different creeds and races and all that kind of stuff, all in the same room having the conversation.
Feel that I'm feeling, do you feel that I'm being free and I'm thinking free?
Yes.
I don't think it's big anything. I think what you're doing right now is actually asking thought. And the reason why I feel like that is because...
Now, I don't know what the word nonsensical mean, but my thing is this, and from what I'm surmising is this. You just started out saying you can say what you want to say and you can have your opinion, but then you went right back and said what you said you can't say those things because of the gravity and the weight that they carry. At the end of the day, it's like this. What I say and what I believe are just that. And what I say and what I believe. So whether I say them publicly or whether I say them privately, that shouldn't matter. The fact that I was able to say them publicly should add nothing less. At the very least, should at least start the conversation. Because those things and those thoughts and ideas that I have, how come I don't have the right to say them? You think of all of the things that people you disagree with that get to say. You think about everything that, let me give you an example. You think of everything that Trump has said that you hate and that you disagree with. He still said it, didn't he? Why should Kanye have to keep his mouth shut? You look at the ratchet shit that you see on Facebook Live and on Instagram that all these Insta-thought models are doing, and they do what they and say what they want to say. Why should he be condemned and not be able to say it? It's the same thing. The sword cuts both ways because it is double-edged. And at the end of the day, you may not like it, but it should be his right to say it without being condemned. So yes, if this is what he believes, why not let him say it? Because there's plenty of other shit out here that's way more offensive, that has way more gravity to it than what you talking about. And that's a fact. So you need to be able to step out of your feelings and hear what he's saying, disagree with it, and move on. Or if you have some facts, challenge it. That's the thing. That's what we need to get to.
I am unbelievably hurt by the fact that you have morphed into something, to me, that's not real.
Now, you tell me how you have the balls to say that to somebody. I think, or I feel, that you're not real. I feel that everything that you have done and everything that you have said has hurt me because you're not living up to my expectations and my standard. You don't even know that dude. Hell, I know Kanye more than you do. And I don't know him. But at the end of the day, why can't you just respect what it is that he's doing and respect his ideas? Respect the fact that what he thought 10 years ago may not be the way he thinks today. Respect the fact that he is a human being and he's growing. He's organic. His thoughts and ideas, they grow and they change. Maybe that's what's happening, just like yours probably did, because I'm sure that my man wasn't the same dude he is today. He wasn't that dude 5 years ago. Hell, might not even been the same dude 5 months ago. So that's the thing, that we have these unrealistic expectations that we put on celebrities, that we put on public figures, that we put on our preachers, that we put on our politicians, that are just unrealistic because we feel they should do this. We feel they should be better. We feel that they should do what I think they should do. We feel that they should do nothing wrong. We feel that they should make no mistakes. How can you have that expectation of a human? That's it. That is the thinking that we have, and that's what needs to change, which is why he's talking about free thought, which is why it's so important to have free speech. That's what he's talking about, which is why it's so important to have the right to bear arms. Shout out to the UGOA, United Guns of America. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to put the link up in the description, or put the link in here somewhere. Yeah. But that's my thing with him.
That's the way I feel. Stand on all the coffee tables you want to stand on. Say whatever you want to say, but don't throw a stone, then hide your hand like the rest of us are just going to swallow it. Yay, be yay. I'm off it forever. Do you. But remember, the life that I live is as a real person, an actual person.
Now the thing is,
Now, again, he's contradicting what he's saying. He's saying it's okay for me because I'm sure that dude has shit he's done in his life that's not righteous. I'm sure he has things about him, his own personal demons, his own shit that he's done. Is plenty of shit he's done as a person that he wouldn't want to come to light. And the fact that Kanye West lives his life out in the light, he lives his life outside of the shadows, he has to live his life in the public eye. He may say or do things that you may not like, but that don't mean you get to condemn him and tell this dude he's not a fucking real person. How dare you? The fact that he went and he earned the living that he earned, he has the money that he has, and yes, it affords him a certain level of privilege, but goddamn it, he worked for that. And just because you don't have what he has, that means he can't say what the hell he want to say because y'all both black? That's bullshit. And that's the very thing that divides us and separates us. You talking about the haves and the have-nots? I understand that there are plenty of people who can't afford to live the life I live. There are plenty of people, and I'm one of them, that can't afford to live the life Kanye lives. But that doesn't mean I get to condemn him because he's living on a certain level and has a certain level of privilege because of it. Same thing with Donald Trump. The fact that he's a billionaire changes his thoughts, changes his ideas, and changes the way that he thinks as a person because he was rich from day one. So you're talking about a person who grew up with nothing and a person who grew up with everything. It gives you a different sense of reality. Reality to you as a billionaire is way different than the reality of a person who was born in an impoverished ghetto. Just like the people that live here in the ghetto ain't got shit on the people that's living in the Congo. You talking about I ain't got shit? No, the people that live in the Congo ain't got shit. You got plenty. You at least get a government check every month. You at least get food stamps every month. You at least get Section 8 every month. Take that shit to Darfur and you tell me something. Take that shit to Sierra Leone and then come back and tell me something. I'll never forget. Shout out to my boy Lamont Barnes. Sergeant Barnes, man, I appreciate you. I'll never forget one of the things he said that changed my way of thinking. Changed my whole life. As just far as how to appreciate what you have. He was over in, not Desert Storm, but the Iraq War. When Iraq first kicked off. When he went over there and when he came back that first time, and I was just talking to him and just saying, hey, man, how was it over there? He was like, man, it's this and it's that, this was happening and all that. And he said, one of the most powerful things that I saw, man, he said, we were out on maneuvers and we came upon a village. And he said, in this village, there was a pond. And he said, in that pond, you had farm animals drinking. You had people bathing, you had people washing their clothes, and you had people cooking their food, all using the same pond. And he said, it made me think, wow, for somebody who's living in these kind of conditions, they are finding a way to survive, and they're all dependent on this one source. And it's like the shit that we have over here that we take for granted, like turning on your water and you having fresh water, all with the exception of the people in Flint. When you're able to turn on your water and drink from it. When you're able to go into a shower and the water is hot. Or hell, even if your gas is off and you're taking a cold shower. How about going down to Lake Michigan and washing your ass every day? How about having to do that? How about knowing that if this cow don't drink from the same pond that I wash my ass in. This cow gonna dehydrate and die, and now I can't get no milk, and now I'm gonna die. How about that? That puts your mindset in a whole different frame, puts you in a whole different mentality when you have to live in those kind of conditions. So it's like we don't have that. So therefore, people will come over here and think that poor black people got every goddamn thing in the world. Why? Because they have 10 times less than us. That's why we think Donald Trump got every goddamn privilege afforded to him in the world. Why? Because he has more than us. That's how it goes. That's the food chain, or whatever you want to call it. That's the whole line of just the haves and the have-nots. So our realities are all different because we come from different playing fields. His playing field is on a billionaire status. Our playing field is on a 1,000-air status. There's some people whose playing field is on a 100-air status. That's my point. So respect the fact that just because somebody don't live where you live and don't have more than what you have, that they not real. That's bullshit, homie.
He said he said grounded in reality. This reality has been forced upon us. It is a choice, just like when I said slavery is a choice. The reality, we can make our own reality. We can talk about history, but not too long. We need to talk about our now, because we can fix and start loving each other now.
True. Very true. We need to stop talking so much about the past. Every time you hear somebody talk about black folks, we gotta find a way of figure out a way to wire in 400 years. We were here before that, and we are here way after that. We have to stop focusing on just that 400 years. That's why I don't want to see another slave movie, because it seems like that's where black people first started, over here in this country. Oh, how did we start? Oh, yeah, we started as slaves. Yes, sir, boss. No, sir, boss. Yes, sir, master. No, sir, master. Those were our first words. We have to stop doing that. We focus on it, and other people focus on it too. And that's what we do. We always talking about slavery. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't remember it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't account for it and acknowledge it. But you have to be more than that. Because what you can change is right now. What's up, 32? First time in the chat. I appreciate you, brother. Make sure you subscribe and share. But we have to be more than just that. Focus on the now, because that's what you can change. You can change what you do today. You can change what you do right now. You can change what you do tomorrow. You can change what you do 6 months from now. You can change your now. You can't change your past and being bitter, being stuck, being pissed off, still being mad about what happened back 400 years ago or what happened 50 years ago. It's not going to get you where you're trying to go, which should be up. If you want to stay the same, yep, sure should. If you want to regress, yep, sure should. Keep talking about the past and the slavery, how we ain't never got our 40 acres and a mule. If you ain't got it by now, you ain't getting it, dude. Move the freak on. And I remember one of the things that I remember seeing a video about Dr. King talking to some guy about slavery and how, the slaves were disenfranchised and how they just didn't make it. And he was like, is it just because it's black people, or what is it? And Dr. King said something that was very, very true. He said, it's a thing about, you have this country and you have this idea and what was done to black folks. Nobody has ever been enslaved on American soil but black people. Get that. Fact. The other thing about it is that we have this montage and this whole idea of saying, hey, when you get to America, you pull yourself up by your bootstraps, you work hard every day in and day out, and you'll get somewhere. You'll earn something and you'll become something. That's true. But one of the things Dr. King said is that you asking somebody to pull up themselves up by their bootstraps and they have no boots. Wow. How are you going to ask me, a bootless man, to pull myself up by my bootstraps? And he said that to say this: the other people that come here, disenfranchised, you're sick, you're poor, all of that thing about come to America, all of those people that came over here, they were given land, they were given tax breaks, they were given something to give them an economic base. Us, we was never afforded that privilege. That's a fact. That is a fact. And that definitely has something to do with it. Being redlined back in the 70s, where we couldn't get houses and all that kind of stuff, definitely played a role. Or was that the 60s or the 50s? Whenever it was. Redlining, look it up. That was when banks weren't lending to black people to where they could buy homes. Homes are definitely one of the first things that you do to establish yourself and have an economic base. Intentionally done that way. So yeah, you ain't got no boots, but you're telling us to pull ourselves by the bootstraps. That was then. What about now? We can't focus and worry about then. We have to look at where we are right now, because now is the only thing that matters, and now is the only thing that changes. And that we have the power to change anyway.
I say we have no enemies. We don't have enemies. Black people have a tendency to focus and march when a white person kills a black person or wears a hat. But when it's 700 kids being killed in Chicago, it's okay. It's
Woo! Yes, indeed.
okay for blacks to kill blacks. But if it's a white thing...
I don't think anybody's saying that's okay.
Now, what he mean by that, and this is what they're going to try to get into, but they're getting aside from the point. What he's saying by okay, he's saying the intensity level is not matched when a white person kills a black person, talking about the police, when there's a shooting, how they will match that intensity when a black person dies. And when you're talking about a black person dying, we're talking about a black on black crime. Ray Ray shoots Man at the gas station. Ain't no march for him tomorrow. Ain't no march for him next week. Ain't no march for him the week after. There is no march. Now, you have black kid who is mentally unstable, has been a ward of the state since he was 5 years old, and is out in the streets wilding out with a knife in his hand, and he gets 20 shots and he's dead. Yup. You're going to take to the streets and you're going to march downtown in Chicago, and you're going to try to stop people from shopping because you want to hurt people, white people money. That happened in Chicago. Yeah. That boy that got killed, that had that knife in the middle of the street at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, walking around with a knife in his hand and would not listen to any police commands, got lit the fuck up. Yes, he did. 20 shots. They emptied a magazine on the dude. And we took to the streets for him. Not to mention the fact that his mama got paid $5 million to hush her mouth. And she did. Which is why we didn't hear about it until 5 years later. Or 3 years later, I think it was. I think the shooting happened in 2014. And we didn't see the video. The video didn't get released. The city literally held the footage and wouldn't release it until like 2016 or something like that. So it was like 2 or 3 years. We took to the streets for that boy though. 20 shots, 20 shots, 20 shots, 20 shots, or whatever they were saying. But we take to the streets for him. But now, the 2 dudes that just died yesterday, my man that died 2 weeks ago, shout out to Lil Bolo, rest in peace. Ain't nobody in the streets for him. Ain't nobody in an uproar for him. Ain't nobody saying we got to stop all this violence in the street. We got to get these drug dealers off. Ain't nobody in an uproar for that. The little kid that'll get shot 2 weeks from now. Ain't nobody going to take to the streets for that. Why? Because it ain't going to get no news coverage, and it ain't no white person, and we can't say these white people killing us. These white people killing us. They shooting us down like we nothing. We tired. We're tired. We got to stop it. It's nonsense. Because at the end of the day, whether it's 1 or 2 or 5 or 20, they should all matter. And that's my thing with Black Lives Matter. They don't. Unless they get you on TV. Unless they get a bunch of people to come together and march because it's a white person that killed. Because it's an officer that killed. And I say there's plenty of police officers that have wrong shootings. I just covered one last week. But they kill white folks and black folks. They ain't just killing niggas. That's a fact. So that's what he's saying. And they're trying to marginalize it by not listening to the actual truth and the facts and what he's saying. He's not saying that ain't nobody saying nothing, but he's saying you don't get the same magnitude for this black boy that's get killed by this other black boy than you do for the white guy that kills the black guy.
That's no, wait.
There's been more focus and more marches.
That is a lie.
About
don't
whites
believe that.
killing.
You wrong, dude. My man, you wrong. That is true. You're trying to say stop, 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 stop. He's telling the truth. Plain and simple. You lie. You right now. You're about to lie on Kanye. Fact.
Wait.
Then kids in Chicago killing each other.
That's a lie. There are black people working.
He talking about black people working day in and day out. We ain't talking about that. We talking about marching, like he said. Marching for black folks that's getting killed. How many marches have you seen for, if you look in the paper, look in the news, look in any Chicago newspaper and see who didn't get killed over the weekend. 16 shots, that's what it was. Thanks God, buddy. You look in the paper and see who was killed over the weekend. They listed all the time. Or you go and talk to your people that live in Chicago if you don't live there. And I guarantee you don't see no news coverage and no people walking in the streets. And if you do, you don't see nobody but their family members holding a candle out by the street pole, putting teddy bears and candles and flowers and shit down there like that, saying rest in peace, or they get a t-shirt, airbrush with his picture on it. That's the most you get. Is an airbrush t-shirt, teddy bear, bicycle, whatever your favorite thing was, fifth of Hennessy, pint of hen, pint of Remy, or you get that with a candlelight vigil. You have your local preacher or your aunties and your grandmamas come out there and say a few words. Everybody go their separate way, and that's it until the funeral. Then the funeral will happen. Everybody be out there in their cars and their trucks with their sounds bumping. They go lay the boy to rest. Hopefully the GoFundMe was good enough for him. They put him down on the ground, and you don't hear nothing else about him till a year from now. You'll see the family do like a balloon release. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. That's exactly what they do. That's what we do. We don't take to the streets for any and every kid that get killed. And I'm not saying we need to take to the streets. But I'm saying we need to start calling the police on the niggas that's putting these other niggas in the ground. I say that. I say that those are the people that we do need to start worrying about it. I say that.
No marches of
90% of black people getting killed are killed by other black people.
Yes.
Look it up. The black homicide rate is a fact.
That is a fact.
Black on black crime is a fact.
But there are black people.
Okay,
Wait a second.
now this is a problem.
Wait a second.
We have to. You're too far. You have to be closer to me.
I'm here right now. There are black people working every single day.
Don't scream because it will make us look crazy.
I don't care.
Yes.
We looking for this. You're talking some. Come on.
No, when you scream,
This is what I'm saying.
when you scream,
And there goes his inner BT. His inner BT 11, probably his inner BT 1000 just came out in him right there. Kanye tried to explain to him right now, because you're on a platform as big as TMZ is. He's trying to tell you something, dude. Speak as opposed to yelling and getting to the point to where you're out of control. I understand that you're passionate about what it is that you're saying, but sometimes you have to have self-control, even though you're very passionate about what it is you're trying to say, in order to say it. Because at the end of the day, we all want to be heard, and we want our points to get across. And sometimes we have to shut the fuck up in order to let that happen. And that's what Kanye was eloquently trying to explain to him. And you heard the words that came out of his mouth. I don't care. I don't care. That's black folks' problem. Because you have to get to a point to where you can have self-control to have a conversation in order to be heard, as opposed to always getting so deep into your feelings that you lose control. That's the problem with being over-emotional. That's the problem with people saying, oh, I'm speaking my truth. I got to tell a motherfucker what time it is, because you get so caught up in your emotions that you lose control, and you wind up the very thing you're seeking winds up not happening, which is being heard and being understood. I can't hear you and I can't understand you if all you're doing is yelling and screaming.
being killed in Chicago.
Right. Let's finish.
90% of black people getting killed are killed by other black people.
No, that's a fact.
The black homicide rate is a fact.
That is a fact.
Black on black crime is a fact.
But there are black people.
Okay,
wait a second.
Now this is a problem.
Wait a second.
We have to. You're too far. You have to be closer to me.
I'm here right now. There are black people working every single day.
Don't scream because it will make us look crazy.
Are we looking for this? You're talking some.
Come on.
No, when you scream,
this is what I'm saying.
when you scream and you don't talk, it doesn't look right.
Let me just say something. Let me just say something.
Let me point this upon you.
There you go. And that's where the moment gets lost.
Versions.
Because he's trying to explain, and even you have somebody else who's trying to chime in.
Okay, I'm not enslaved. So that it's like I don't mean to insult his reality.
No, Kanye, come on over.
I don't mean
I
to.
just wanted to give him a hug.
And he's still trying to like,
I think he might want to punish me.
he's really trying to like, you know, reach this dude and really trying to give him his voice so he can say what it is he want to
I want to give
say.
you a hug.
The
I feel
dude
like you
was
want to
saying
fight me
it the
right now,
wrong
but I
way.
loved you.
I don't fight with my fist, man. I've been through that. This is what I'm saying.
So if I come over there, you're not gonna fight me?
No, I'm not gonna hit Kanye West and TMZ.
He didn't say he wouldn't fight him. He just he wouldn't hit him on TMZ. Like, damn,
Bro,
man,
you
just
gotta be
say, hey, man, I ain't
responsible,
gonna fight you,
Bro,
man.
I'm sorry I hurt you.
You gotta be responsible.
No,
I'm sorry I hurt you, bro.
Bro, your voice is too big. You gotta
I'm
be
sorry I hurt you, bro. I love you, bro. I'm sorry I hurt you with my words, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I love you, bro.
You see how the dude is? He's not even open to somebody who's... You got Kanye West, who's having a conversation with you, who is literally trying to have a dialogue. He's trying to make amends for how he made you feel. He did shit to you, but how he made you feel. And you won't even have... You're not even man enough to say, you know what? Let me take it down a notch. Let me step outside my feelings and let me just at least show this brother that I do forgive him and that we are cool. He like, yeah, man, whatever, man. It's like we have to get to the point to where men be men and let that shit go. Say what you want to say, even if you're upset, if you're angry, whatever the case may be, let it go. Get it out and then just say, now we boys. Now we boys. I've had plenty of fallouts with people. One of my funniest fallouts of all time. I got to tell this story and then we're going to move on and almost wrap and get ready to wrap it up. One of my funniest fallouts of all, no, ain't no one of, the funniest fallout of all time for me. My cousin, Tuck, who is my brother. I mean, we literally raised up together. We are like maybe in our mid-20s, early to mid-20s. And we get into it over the phone. He's at work and I think I was off. I was off work. But he's at work and I'm at home, whatever. And we literally get into it to where he tells me, hey, dude, let me tell you something. We ain't never got to kick it or talk to each other ever again. It's like that, then that's how it is. That's what it is. We ain't got nothing to say. I was like, that's how you feel? Nigga, that's how you feel. You don't want to talk to me? You don't want to kick it with me no more? That's what you own? Then fine. We ain't got to kick it with each other. Later, nigga, later. Click. Swear to God. Not even 60 seconds later, he calls me right back and say, man, you know I was just talking that bullshit, man. You know I love you, man. I'm like, yeah, man, I know you be talking that bullshit, man. It's all good, man. I love you too. It's just that simple. We got to the point to where we was so upset to where we didn't want to hang with each other. And in the instant of us disconnecting, we realized, man, I love this dude too much not to even say I ain't gonna never talk. I know we just talk. We just get caught up in our feelings. Hey, man, it is what it is. Man, I'll see you later on tonight, man. All right, cool. It is what it is. Funny as hell. We laugh about it all the time. I be like, nigga, you remember you said you wasn't gonna kick it with me ever again? We still kicking it 25 years later. It is what it is. I can let it go. That's what he should have been able to do in that moment. Because that moment, you have to realize, just like now, we all watching and look at his face. Yeah, man, whatever. Man. He can't even look that man in his eye. That's BT right there. That's his inner BT winning, tipping that scale because he can't keep his emotions in check. That's the difference, man. That's the thing that we need to change right there. Just be all you have is a disagreement on ideas with this man. And you can't even embrace him after he came all this way around to come and embrace you. And to tell you he's fucking sorry. And you can't embrace him? Man, you gotta be better than that, man. You gotta be better than that. We gotta be better than that. That image right there that you see is what we need to fix. We need to stop allowing that. Because somebody should have been there and be like, hold on, bro. This man is trying to apologize to you, man. Why are you looking him off? At least respect him enough to look him in the face and say, man, what you said was some bullshit and I don't like it. But hey, man, I still love you. We all good. It's cool. That's what we got to get to. As opposed to right now, he's thinking like the Crips. I need to beat this nigga ass, man. He pissed me off, man. We need to get better than that, man. I think that's pretty much it. We only got a few more
Bro,
minutes.
gotta be responsible,
I didn't mean to say things that hurt you. I didn't mean to wear the hat out the blue and shock so many people
this
and
is
not
the
give
only version
them a
that
way
can
out of the
fit your
pain.
story right
I
now.
understand
Like, the
that
only
gave
version
them
that can
pain,
fit
that made them
your
see pain. But guess what? When I went into the hospital, we're now in the hospital. TMZ is the hospital to fix the world. Obama.
Bro?
Yeah.
That sounds crazy to you, right? Sounds weird. Like, what the hell is he talking about? We in the hospital. Here's where a little bit of the genius creeps out again. What he's saying is that we are sick as a society. We are sick as a people. And now, right now, in front of the world, we have an opportunity where we can show how we can have differences and we can still come together. We can have a different view, a different opinion, a different idea, and a different thought, and still come together for humanity's sake. And still be able to come together and reach a point of agreement, to reach a middle ground, to reach a point to where say, hey, you know what? I may not agree with you 100%. I may not agree with you this percentage, whatever the case may be, but we can at least be in the same room together and not be enemies. We can at least say that we don't hate each other. That we can at least say that we're going to look out for each other. We can at least say we're going to try our best to do what's best for each other. That's what he means by that. Because we are so fucking sick in the head, he's trying to say that we need to begin the process of healing ourselves. And that comes with the ability to think freely and to have your own thoughts and to be able to voice them. And yes, we should all challenge what it is that we say. And we should challenge them not with our feelings, but with logic and with facts. That's the point. That's the purpose of what he's saying. That's why I agree and say that what he was doing, he was trying to make America great again. He is having a stroke of genius in this moment. Yes, he's not perfect. Yes, he went off into the weeds in a few different places. But overall, he was trying to change us for the better. And that is paramount to me. It's like this. And I'm going to end it with this because we've been going for almost an hour and a half now. I'm going to end it with this. Think about your favorite food. And think about you getting ready to take the first bite of your favorite food. Whatever it is. If it's a hamburger, it's chicken wings. Like mine, it's chicken wings. I love me some chicken wings. Yes, I'm black. Yes, I'm a nigga and I like chicken. I'm a chicken hawk and I like chicken. But just think about that favorite food of yours, pizza, whatever it is, and you're getting ready to eat it. Steak, whatever it is. Ribeye tomahawk from Gibson's, 33 ounce, I call it the Scottie Pippen. Magnificent. Wagyu beef, incredible. But think about that first bite you're getting ready to take. And imagine someone coming along and slapping it out of your hand onto the floor. What are you going to do? What the fuck? Why would you do something like that? And you will instantly get mad at that person. Had to make sure my snap worked. There you go. Yeah. Get it back online. Yeah. You're going to instantly be mad at that person. However, based on what you know and what that person knows, that person could very well be saving your life. Because that person could know something has happened to where that food is tainted. I found out that something is in that particular piece of food that you're about to eat that's not good for you, that's going to kill you, it's going to make you sick, it's going to do something to you. But you don't know that because you're so wrapped up in what's in your hands and what you're getting ready to taste, which is your favorite thing, because you're so used to it, because you love it so much. And because I knocked it out of your hand, am I instantly your enemy? No. Because I could very well be the person that's saving your life. Now you think about that. You think about that the next time somebody instantly says something that it offends you to the point to where you don't like them, to where you hate them, to where you want to call them out their name, to where you want to say they're not real. You think about that when somebody comes along and they offend you and they piss you off, they hurt your feelings. Maybe they're doing it for your own sake. Maybe they're doing it to make you a better person. Or maybe they're doing it to save your very life. And you don't know it yet. So that first question shouldn't be, I'm going to kick your ass. It should be, why did you do that? Why would you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you say that, Kanye? Explain to me why you're saying what you're saying, because what you're saying to me, I don't understand it and it's offensive. So explain it to me. So at the end of the day, that's how your thinking should be, because now you freed your mind to the point to where you are open to a different type of input. You're open to an explanation as opposed to putting on blinders and saying, no, I got to kick his ass because he said something I don't like. We the Crips and we gonna kill this nigga because he done said something that we know ain't cool. He a coon. We gonna kill, death to all coons. Somebody calls you a coon, you see somebody call a coon, start challenging on that. What is a coon? First and foremost, why do you call this person a coon? Because that person disagrees with what you say? Because he doing this. Why can't he choose to do what it is he wants? He's one person. Yeah, but he still, that's how he feels. That's how he feels. Well, he feel that, okay, but that's not how he feels. He's got some facts with that. He's telling you key instances on why he's saying what he's saying. So if you're able to do that, then you have to respect that. Now, if I'm just coming to you and say, I feel that we should all do this because I feel that this ain't right. Well, why do you say that? That's just how I feel. Then now you have something to say, well, nah, bro, I can't hear that because all you talking about is your feelings. You can't tell me some facts as to why you shouldn't or why we should. I can't ride that. I can't ride with that. So that's the thing. Think about that. The next time somebody offends you, the next time somebody does something you don't like, be quick to make yourself ask why as opposed to wanting to just react. And I think that's pretty much all I got to say about that.
And talk to him about how we can make a change one by one. We have the resources for a peaceful world. I believe that Kim Jong-un didn't believe that Obama was crazy enough to come at him. You know, sometimes you need some crazy to change something. Steve Jobs was crazy. Now we all on Steve Jobs' phones. They say Trump's crazy. They say I'm crazy. But I'm here to show love. And we're going to make it through. I know I disappointed you today, brother.
Leave my life alone. Leave my life alone. So
I'm sorry for disappointing you, but like I just told J. Cole on the phone right now, it's a bigger plan, and I'm just doing what the universe told me. Now, I'm not drugged the out, but I did pop a 911 yesterday before I got here to make sure I didn't prove everybody right. So I do think that pharmaceuticals can be extremely helpful. Everything in moderation, though.
Kanye, we are going to take a break right now. We are back, and one of the reasons I wanted to do this was forgetting about particular views, issues. The reason I was really interested in doing this with Kanye is because he got me thinking about the notion of free thought, which honestly, on that level, I completely agree with him. I think free thought is almost dead in this country, that people are bullied into feeling a certain way, and if you don't believe what somebody else does, they will bully you and boycott you and try
Leave my life alone.
And that's what I was connecting with, not specific issues, but you tell us what the root of all of this is. What are we talking about? Are we talking about free thought, free love? What is it?
It's free love. It's the spirit. You know, you had, in the office, you had Tupac and John Lennon on the wall. I don't want to be the third one, but I'm willing to be the third one for free love on that wall.
And I'm going to end it with that. Because at the end of the day, here's what I said when I saw this. I said, damn. Because out of all of that, the guy from TMZ, he gets it. And he said he had a conversation similar to this one before, which is why he wanted him on. His mind is open to the point to where even though somebody says something crazy, says something weird, says something that is alarming, says something that don't sound right, says something that makes them feel a certain way, he was able to see past that to try to get an understanding. And that's why he had him on the show. What if we all did that? What if we all said, say what the hell you want, but at least be willing to articulate and be able to make us understand what it is that you're saying. Be able to present yourself and articulate your words in a manner to where we can actually understand what it is that you're saying. That's where we need to be. Talk about what black folks need to start doing. That's what black folks need to get to. Because if he can get there, how come we can't? How come we all can't get to a place to where we can understand or want to or seek to understand what a person thinks or what a person feels or what a person's trying to do? Because shouldn't that matter? Shouldn't we want everybody to be able to say what it is that they want? Shouldn't we want everybody to be able to be who it is they want to be? Shouldn't we want that? How come we're not fighting and marching for that? We can fight and march for Me Too. We can fight and march for LGBTQ. We can fight and march for BBQ. Yes, I just said barbecue. But the point is, why can't we stand up and fight for that first and foremost, which it should be for all of us to be able to say what it is that we want to say and be able to say, hey, say what you want, but know and trust that we're going to challenge you on it. So be prepared to articulate yourself. Be prepared to have facts. Be prepared to be able to be logical in what it is that you're thinking and feeling and trying to get across, because that's how we all get to an understanding. Even though we don't agree, we can get to an understanding, though. Because that's all I want. I want an understanding. I want to be able to understand where you coming from. Do I agree with everything Donald Trump says? No. But I damn sure can get an understanding from some of the shit he's doing and why he's doing it. That's all I'm saying. Did I agree with everything Obama said? Hell no. But I understand why he did what he did. I understand and I appreciate the fact that Obama tried to get us free health care. Now the goddamn House and House of Representatives, they tore it to shreds and gave us that shit that we got right now. But at the end of the day, the intent was there. And that should have created a thirst in all of us as Americans to say, God damn it, if everybody else in the world can have free health care, so can us. So can we. So let's stop listening to the pharmaceuticals and all the people that's getting rich off of us being sick. And let's start looking at a way to figure it out to where we can all be able to have health care. Because it's a damn shame and it's an embarrassment as an American to be able to say, we this great ass country and we the baddest and the best that's out here, but we don't have free health care. It is what it is. As always, and I forgot this and being so excited and trying to do this earlier, I wanted to first and foremost give a shout out and give thanks to everybody that has donated. Let me do that. And then I have a surprise for y'all, as I always do. Yes. So, here we go. Once upon a time, not long ago, when people wore pajamas and lived life slow, let me give a shout out to my brother, Emmanuel Branch. I got you, Brian. Keep bringing the heat. I will keep supporting. Love you, brother. And I'm going to tell you right now, Emmanuel Branch has definitely been holding true to his word, and he has been supporting me since day one. And I appreciate you, dude. I'm shouting you out right now. Thank you for all that you do, all that you have done, and I appreciate you, man. If you ever need anything from me, you hit me up, man. Definitely one of my best supporters, and I thank you for that, sir. Let me make sure we can say this, guys. Yep. All right. Also, shout out to my man Tony Spark. Thank you for Spark Plug. Thank you for taking time and hard work, Brian. We need more brothers putting it down like you do in all our lives. I'm trying, brother, and I thank you, man, for your support. Let me make sure I can say this person's name. I think. Oh, okay, yeah, cool. Also want to give a shout out to Herbert Joseph. Thank you so much for your donation, sir. I think people on the Democratic side know that he's going to give the green light to get off that plantation. I think I kind of get where you're going, and I think so as well. And I just want to say, man, I thank you, sir, for your donation. I appreciate you guys, man. And for everybody that came through tonight, I appreciate you guys sticking with me even though it's Talk About It Tuesday on a Wednesday. I appreciate you guys. You have no idea how much it means to me to be able to do this thing with you all. Thank you for every like. Thank you for every share. Continue to do what it is you're doing. And man, I forgot about everybody over there on Facebook. I don't even know who watching. Shout out to everybody over there in Facebook land. If you're watching, if you're still watching and all that good stuff, I don't know where you're at. It might have even ended. I don't know. But thank you to those people too. I also want, oh, wait, hold on. I got one more donation here. Let me do the refresh. Thank you to my brother, Jason Gunn. I appreciate you, man. I always love you, my brother. And you know how to reach out to me as I do with you. Much love, my brother. Much love to you, Jay Gunn. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for always being there for me since day one, man. It's all good. It's all love, man. I thank you guys. I thank you guys so much. Until next time, make sure that everything that you do, because I know that everything I do is going to be so that I can help somebody become a better version of themselves. And hey, I'm telling y'all right now, don't be surprised and look for a Make America Great Again hat that I'm about to wear. I'm getting it. Because at the end of the day, we should all be able to say what we want to say. We should all be able to have the political views, personal views, and be able to speak it and not be condemned for it. So I'm getting my Make America Great hat again, and I want somebody to say something. I dare somebody to say something. Come get it if you want it. You better let me speak my free speech. You better let me say what I need to say and do what I need to do. Because if you don't, you better come ready if you're going to try to take it. Because I ain't trying to get beat up. And I ain't going to jail. This ain't Jeopardy. It ain't Monopoly neither. And I ain't going to jail. Who know what that's from? Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about that. I don't even know if anybody gonna get that one. Thank you for the good job, man. I'm trying, y'all. I got this last little thing I want y'all to see. It was funny to me. So I want y'all to check it out too. I'm gonna share it with y'all.
Leave my life alone. So Mike, you're saying I should leave your life alone? And you know I've been with you through your hard times. Mark, when you were broke, I was there with you. When you didn't have food to eat, I was there with you. When you didn't even have a job, I was there with you.
Well, let me frame this up. I don't know who's seen this or if they haven't seen this, but this is like classic. Like, I love this video because it really talked about people being there for each other. And when you look at, you know, us as black people, staying together is very important. Us being families is very important. And this person is challenging the other person about, hey, being there for me in the good and the bad, and being there a part of my life. So it's only like a minute long, so I want you guys to watch it. And they got the little kid there watching it too, so just check it out.
Leave my life alone. Leave my life alone. So Mark, you're saying I should leave your life alone? And you know I've been with you through your hard times. Mark, when you were broke, I was there with you. When you didn't have food to eat, I was there with you. When you didn't even have a job, I was there with you.
Uncle, this auntie is right. When you were sick, she was there.
Oh, thank God.
When you had accident in Lagos, this auntie was there.
Thank you. Tell him.
When Facebook blocked your account, they wanted to kill yourself, she was there.
God will bless you.
Amen. Every time things are not going well with you, this auntie is always there.
Exactly.
Let me advise you. This auntie is bad luck.
Jesus.
I love that, man. That was so funny. I watched that about 4 times. I ain't watching along that other one I watched last week, but I watched this one a good 3 or 4 times. That's cute. So I always try to have something to make us laugh at the end, because at the end of the day, you gotta laugh to keep from crying. Peace. I appreciate everybody. I love you guys. And hey, I am Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab Talk About It Tuesday. Talk About It Tuesday. We done had church. We done sang a little R&B. We done talk politics. We done talk social issues. We done did it all on tonight. Man, I appreciate you guys. Another great show. I love you guys. Till next time. Peace, and I'm out.